How's everyone doing? I am Mobile Master Tech, and this is my year-end review of AT&T. Now, I don't have that much to say about AT&T. They came out of nowhere, guns blazing with C-band and DoD spectrum. However, in my county, and I'm just speaking from my experience, my personal experience, they only have two in their neighboring sites. But they're making those two sites stretch for miles. They're overlapping other towers and using like intersite carrier aggregation to use the LTE part of towers that don't have it yet with the ones that do, the only two that do in the entire county. So that's cool and all, but I need to see more. Do I see more permits from AT&T? Yes. I think there's 10 or 11 extra permits, all for upgrades. What I want to see from AT&T in 2023 is more site density. And let's take a look and see. Let me show you what I mean when I say that, at least in my county, and then we'll get to the rest of Florida, and then we'll get to the U.S. There are some good things I can say about AT&T. So if you look over here, you'll see these two sites. I just so happen to live around this area, so I'm in between. So I do get C-band at my house. They have these two sites right here. This one's right by the Best Buy, the mall. So they really picked a great spot to cover with C-band. This is a very, very busy area. But I can tell you, I can reach C-band all the way over here from this site right here. And I've seen this C-band site right here go as far as about here, way over here. That's huge. Look how far that is, right? So they're really stretching it. And they have this C-band site, the same one, can go, I would say, about to here. And that's about the cutoff, this area. So it can overlap this site. I've even seen it as far as here. And this site doesn't have it yet. The dark blue tiles are the ones with C-band. The other ones are just 5G. So they have a lot of sites. They have permits for this site. There's one for this one. 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 So they know there's one for this one too. There's not one for this one yet. Let's see. Let me check on it. Yeah, I said that one and this one. Not this one yet. It's really about it. They're working from the inside out. That's very clear. That's the approach. City limits first. County is second. Now, if you take a look, just take a look, right? Pretty spread out. Not bad. The rural sites are pretty good. They're adding new ones, right? All the time. Well, not all the time. They're adding new ones. The only new one coming right now is this gray one right here. This is at the World Equestrian Center. It's a new place. It's huge, massive, millions of dollars, very high profile, upper echelon kind of situation. Very nice place to visit, though. Anybody can go and visit. The hotel is super premium, really, expensive, extravagant looking stuff. You watch horses, gallop over stuff, and there's shops and stuff. Is really cool. So, but they missed that permit. So this permit has expired. They missed it. They have not renewed it. I don't know if they're going to try to go for an extension or just have to start over the permitting process. But you can see all the sites they're going to upgrade at first are here. They also have a permit for this site. So this is where they're going first, in the city limits. They're going to make their way out. Verizon and T-Mobile, they they're more of a shotgun approach. If it's ready, it's ready. They go for it. There's no method. So what I want to see here, look at this big hole. Do you know how many people live here? A lot. And this poor site right here, and maybe this one, and maybe this one have to kind of try to tag team to do it, is just not enough density. If you look over here, there's no towers. There's nothing. You look over here, huge gap, right? And this is for T-Mobile too, and this is for Verizon too. They have plenty of sites they have to build over here. Over here, the same situation. There's too many gaps, and I see AT&T likes to rely on very tall towers and their low band spectrum to get the job done. And for a lot of it, it really does. It does work, but they don't have density. They need it, and they need it bad. It's too spread out, but the rural presence is good, as you can see up here. The rural presence isn't bad, right? It's better than T-Mobile's, but not as good as Verizon's. But it's closing in on Verizon. Down here, they're pretty good. I think T-Mobile's the best. But if you look from a density standpoint, it's too spread out. There's not enough towers. They need to densify. If I take T-Mobile, for example, or Verizon, let's go with Verizon real quick. As you can see, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new sites on the way. And this, let me see. Yeah, this site is brand new. Just went live with C-band. This site has C-band, but the C-band's not live yet. New site. This site has C-band, but it's not live with C-band, and it's also a new site. So it's a flip of the switch, they get all of those, right? This is also a new site with C-band included, but the C-band is not on. Let me see what else. FedEx. No, that's not it. So you get the picture. Verizon, and then all the great ones, of course, are new sites coming. You get the picture. Verizon has way more sites coming than AT&T does, right? So when it comes to AT&T, and I'll get to Verizon in the next video, but when it comes to AT&T, they need to densify. I don't care how they do it. They need to densify. Here they have a C-RAN plan where they're going to just do a bunch of C-RAN everywhere and make that the density. I don't know if that's going to work. We will see if it actually happens. I have not seen a single permit for this, so it's hearsay until I see otherwise. Now, I will say on my travels for AT&T, I have seen a lot of rural play, new rural sites. Oh, it's T-Mobile, sorry. New rural sites, more coverage, more upgraded rural sites, I would say, because Verizon's, there's a lot of just old towers. They're there, right? It's better than not having anything, but they are old. AT&T has upgraded almost every single site that I can point to. Is at least upgraded to 5G low band, if nothing else. So their rural presence is really good. They're usually the fastest ones I see if they have a tower around. That's where T-Mobile could learn something. They are getting new sites in rural. I have seen them, and they are really fast, but there's not enough compared to the other two. And this year, I see permits for it. But AT&T they're doing very, very, very well for themselves. So I'm very impressed with the rural aspect of AT&T. But with everything else, it's just been the meh network. There's nothing to get excited about. They don't have perks on their plans, right? So, they used to have HBO Max, and I have it, but the people coming in, they don't get that. There's not many perks compared to T-Mobile and Verizon, which throw everything plus the kitchen sink at you. AT&T just gives you better roaming in Canada and Mexico and they got the whole South America situation, where you get more roaming with that, and that's really it. I think they're doing an NVIDIA deal. That's it. So to me, I don't really know how they're getting customers. I do know that customer service has gotten a lot better, and I hope in 2023 that trend continues. But I really would like to see site density, upgraded towers, and better backhaul from AT&T. There's really not much else to say. They work decent. A lot of times they're the slowest one when I go places. Their highway coverage is very, very good in Florida. But I would say as a state score, they're pretty good. I wouldn't say they're better than Verizon, but I would say close. And then T-Mobile will be last on the state score only because they have no service areas that is not that hard to find, such as over here, Salt Springs, they have no service. I mean, it's not hard for me to go to a no-service T-Mobile place, even with all that density they have, because they have all the density in the urban and the suburban, but then you get to rural and it's not as good. So they need to work on that. And this year, I hear they're going to do that. Yeah, so that's really all. That's my predictions and what I want to see from AT&T in my particular area is I want to see them get into fixed wireless access in my area. I would like to see that. There is no AT&T fiber unless you're over in this area. Then there's AT&T fiber. There's not much going on, and they're working their way. They're trying, but it's not there. So I want to see fixed wireless access. I want to see more macro sites. I want to see small cells. I want to see them actually put their millimeter wave assets to use, since they have the least amount of spectrum in my city. And that's, if they can do all that and on a nationwide scale, just continue building out the C-RAN, the C-band, and the C-RAN, and the DoD, and the better fiber, and all that, and hey, we'll be cooking with fire. I think they're a sleeper. They're a sleeper carrier. They will potentially rise from the ashes if given the chance. If Verizon and or T-Mobile slips up, I think they're kind of the underdog right now as far as the network goes. We will see. The progress is being made. I will say they are the slowest in the county, though. That is 100% the case in my testing. Anecdotal, of course, but I'm fairly confident if Root Metrics ever for some reason came to my market, they would say the same thing. AT&T is the slowest, but also AT&T fixed the calling in my county. I don't know what's going on. The calling has been horrible. People, they can't hear me. I can't hear them. I have to hang up. Calls dropping is pretty bad, and I don't know why. Also, ping times are subpar too. And if they could fix all that, I think AT&T will have something going. But I don't want to make the video too long, so I'm going to end it there. And I will see you guys in my next review, and that's going to be of Verizon. A couple bad things, mostly good. They surprised me. They really did. And I'm going to tell you all about it in the next video. But until that time, I'm out.